Hello and welcome back to Nerd Doc. In this video we're going to explain what happens in Jung E, one of the latest movies to release on Netflix. That means there will be spoilers for Jung E in this video. This is your spoiler warning. If we missed anything, you have any questions we didn't address, or you just want to share your thoughts on the film, leave a comment below. The movie takes place in the year 2194 when Earth is no longer inhabitable due to climate change. Giant shelters are built in space and the people of Earth are slowly migrated to them. Some of these shelters form an alliance and attack the other shelters, resulting in a civil war that's been going on for decades. The few humans that remain on Earth are cogs in the war machine, building various munitions to support the war effort. Near the beginning of the war, there was a legendary hero, Captain Yun, who had many successful missions and almost put an end to the war just as it was beginning. In her final mission, she was injured and fell into a coma. However, her brain was copied and is now being used to create a new combat AI known as Jung E that is intended to end the war decades after it began. While that is the general premise of the film, that's not really what it's about. The entirety of the film takes place on Earth, and we don't see any of the war beyond a repeated simulation of Captain Yoon's final mission, which is used to train the combat AI. The team lead for this program is Yoon Seo-hyun, who happens to be the daughter of Captain Yoon. The only reason Captain Yoon was a mercenary at the beginning of the war was to pay for her daughter's surgery to eliminate lung cancer from her body. Because of this, her daughter has always wondered if Captain Yoon resented her. Despite a successful surgery, the cancer returned many years later and spread throughout Yoon Seo-hyun's body, giving her only a few months to live. As the film comes to an end, it's discovered that the reason Captain Yoon failed her final mission, and the reason why the AI can't complete the simulated mission, is because she saw something that reminded her of a charm her daughter gave her for good luck just before she left for her final mission. Captain Yoon lost the charm, which weighed heavy on her mind. This distracts Captain Yoon, causing her to hesitate at a crucial moment and get shot. Now, the war has essentially come to an end, and the combat AI is going to be repurposed into a domestic AI that can perform various duties around the house, including sexual acts. This revelation, combined with the knowledge that she only has a few months to live, pushes Yoon Seo-hyun over the edge. Just before the final test of the combat AI, she tells Jung E everything that's going on. The fact that she's a combat AI, how to avoid taking a critical hit at the end of the simulation, and how to escape the facility once the simulation has come to an end. When this eventually happens, police AI robots are called in, as well as a number of other Jung E robots with the experimental combat AI, all to track down the main Jung E robot and stop her from escaping. In order to trick the police, Yoon Seo-hyun swaps the main Jung E's AI brain into the body of one of the experimental combat AIs that was sent after her. This gives them a head start, but ultimately leads to a chase scene in which Yoon Seo-hyun is shot, but Jung E does eventually escape. The whole point here was to give her mother a chance to live a life by her own desires. Much of her adult life was spent as a mercenary in order to give her daughter the medical care she needed to survive. She was then used as a tool for the military, never having the freedom to do as she pleased. Yoon Seo-hyun's final wish was to grant her mother that freedom, even if it's only an AI copy of her mother's brain. To that AI, she is Captain Yoon. Yoon Seo-hyun removed the portion of Jung E's AI brain that remembered her daughter, allowing her to move beyond the issues her mother had that resulted in a failed mission. However, despite deleting this portion of the AI brain, Jung E still remembered her daughter, which is shown by the lucky cheek rub she gives to Yoon Seo-hyun at the very end of the movie, something that the real Captain Yoon did with her daughter the last time they saw each other. In essence, Captain Yoon lives on in the combat AI, free to do as she pleases in a world in which many people already live in artificial bodies. The war is over, and Jung E now has the freedom to do as she pleases for what could be the rest of eternity, or at least until her current robot body eventually breaks down. Jung E is a story about the burden a daughter carries after her mother dies saving her life, as well as the fear that a mother carries as she desperately tries to save her only daughter. The war, the high-tech future, and everything else is just background noise to a very grounded and somewhat emotional mother-daughter connection. So what did you think of Jung E? Would you have liked to see more of the war? Was the mother-daughter relationship enough to make the movie enjoyable for you? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. For now, that wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who loves Korean sci-fi films.